musical people and journeys. It's the new album rock review show. It's me, Nigel Matthews. It's my panel to Paul, to William, to Trish, and to Simon.
Hello.
Welcome, my friends, and welcome, my listeners. So, if you like, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and tune in to our results show. And because we're reviewing 8 albums with this reprobate, and we'll be revealing our results. But today is Sonata Arctica. I really have a problem with that name. Arctica. There we go. Who are they? The album is Clear, Cold, and Beyond. They are a Finnish power metal band from the town of Kemi, Finland, created as a hard rock band named Tricky Beans. They later changed to Tricky Means. And finally to Sonata, they shifted to power metal. The current lineup consists of drummer Tommy, lead singer Tony, keyboardist Henrik, guitarist Elias, and bassist Pasi. The musicians of the band's history, except Portomio, have also acted as backing vocalists. In 2004, the band has released 11 full-length albums, 3 by Spine Farm and 8 by Nuclear Blast. And obviously now they have released Clear, Cold, and Beyond. Now, he's clearly cold, he's clearly beyond help. It's Simon Reed. You, I know, are a fan. Let it rip, my friend. Is this, you've heard of them before? I know you have. What did you think?
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah. No. No. I'm a big Sonata Arctica fan. They're one of the first power metal bands that I ever listened to, and I absolutely adore their sound and everything that they do. Their last album did leave me a little bit cold. However, this Clear, Cold, Beyond has been fantastic. I really enjoyed this album. It was very, it's just fantastic power metal right from the start with First in Line. It just absolutely opens with a banger, and basically the pace it didn't feel like it ever really let up. Shamat is one of my favourite tracks from the album. It's their sound. This is what they do. They never veer away from that, which is almost slightly to a detriment. But it's absolutely fantastic. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed the album. I think the only downside for me was that it is exactly what Sonata Arctica do, and there was no experimentation on the album, really. Everything was exactly what they do, and they do it well. But I just would have liked 1 or 2 tracks that, steer away from their typical formula and that they've done for all these years. But overall, really, really love the album.
Well, Trish All in White looks like a Snow Queen from the Clear, Cold Beyond today. What do you think, Snow Queen?
Okay. Right from the outset, this band, I felt, were in the same genre of Winterage, flamboyant, operatic, classical power metal, who has set the benchmark for me personally. So, do Sonata Arctica give them a run for their money with this album? This album is one of 2 halves for me, the second half being stronger from A Monster Only You Can't See onwards. I gave the album a few more listens, and it still didn't shift for me. It was an album of 2 halves for my listening pleasure. It's good, solid, but I think in this genre of rock, Winterage have my heart and have set the bar high for my expectations. However, I may revisit this album again in the future to see if I still feel the same about it, as unfortunately it didn't give me enough to keep it in my music library.
William!
Hello!
Power metal! Tick!
I've listened to it in my time. How did you know? Power metal. Yes, this is power metal. And it sounds like lots of other power metal. I got lots of Rhapsody vibes. Well, Rhapsody of Fire, I should say. But it's very Rhapsody-esque in its sound to me. Like, mystically kind of sounds to it. I mean, I can't really say much more than it was a solid, fair album. Not like someone was saying, it's not really very unique. It's not the most out there, adventurous. It's very similar to a lot of stuff I've heard before, but it's solid, inoffensive, good power metal. But it's not really whamming in your face
A
spectacular.
wow factor to it for you.
No, it's there. It's an album. It's very enjoyable listening to it, but then afterwards you're like, I just listened to an hour of the same music, basically. Not enough there to, really draw you in and keep you on to listen again and again, because it's very samey almost. But it's a solid average album. Yeah, you might like it, you might not. That's fair.
Okay, well, talking about solid and average, Paul, what do you think?
Thanks for that.
Absolute drive-by.
I mean, I can't believe I'm following the guy that was going to convert us to power metal. It's just,
I know.
It's just not the same world.
He's lost. He's lost to us. He's lost to the power metal aficionado. He's lost. He's wandering.
Yes.
He needs to be brought back to heel.
I know. Unfortunately, this is not the album for. He's right. This is not the album to convert him back. But anyway, so after releasing 2 acoustic albums under the Acoustic Adventures, Finnish quartet Speedsters are back with their latest power metal offering. Simply put, Clear Cold Beyond is about the destruction of the planet by us, humans. The album kicks off with supersonic speed tracks, first in line in California, and sets the tone of what the rest of the album is about. I kind of really wanted to enjoy this album, which has plenty of life with thunderous drumming, tinkling keyboards, and energetic guitar work. Except there were elements of the band that quickly, and I mean quickly, wore me down. The music is so up-tempo that the message that they're trying to prevail is simply washed away, and the vocal delivery of Tony Kakko is exhausting, with long sentences of lyrics and his vocal pitch that gives the whole experience a Disney-esque feel. On times I felt I was listening to a Frozen song on crack, and for me it really wasn't an enjoyable experience.
Oh. Ouch. Ouchie. So, on first couple of listens, I didn't enjoy the album. I thought there was something not quite right, but it kept drawing me back in, and I think it's an album that is definitely a grower for me. And I kind of got more and more into it the more I listened to it. Dark Empath, A Monster Only You Can See, Angel Defied. Oh my god! Actually, there are subtle levels to this album, and I think you got to have on a lot of repeated listens to really actually immerse yourself more into it. I ended up really loving it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very immersive, and it took me on a journey, and I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, but it took a few efforts for me to really kind of get into it because I did want to enjoy it, and as I say, it took about four listens before I actually really loved it, and then wanted to go and repeat. So I ended up listening about 10 times. I think loved it. Really good. It's a cracking album. It really is. But despite it all, I think you just need to keep listening to it a few more times, and then. For me, anyway, it kind of clicked. It did click when you kind of listened to it all. But there we go. Right. Well, how will they fare? They're up against some strong competition. Panel might be a little bit mixed on this one, but we'll see. Tune in for our results show. In the meantime, hit and like the like button and the subscribe button. Crazy as it may seem, people. In the meantime, thank you to my wonderful panel, to Paul, to Simon, to William, and to our Snow Queen Trish today. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye for now. Tune in for the next one. Bye.